Are you wondering what happened in the real estate market this past week? Well, in my last Monday Market Snapshot, I reported that there was a surge in closings here on the Central Coast of California. And looking at past week's data, that number has come back down. I'm also seeing that the median home price has also come back down into the eights. And out of the past month, we've been there 3 out of 4 weeks. So we're going to go over this and all the other market data that you need to know whether you're looking to buy or sell a home here on the Central Coast of California. By the way, my name is Denise. I am a California licensed real estate agent. I'm located in Morro Bay. So we're going to go over that Monday Market Snapshot, and then we're going to take a look at new listings, and we're going to start right now. Today is September 8th, 2025, and I'm going to start first looking at the active number of coastal properties here on the Central Coast. That is in San Luis Obispo County, and you'll see when I go over the new listings in the second half what I mean by the coastal towns of San Luis Obispo County. And so those are the numbers we're going to focus on right now. Active number of coastal is 262, and that's gone up just a couple of notches since the last report. Last Monday, when I did the Monday Market Snapshot, it was 259. So we have just a couple more active. That number is not growing very much at all. But for price changes in the last 7 days, we've had 27. And I'm actually going to do something new. I'm going to show you the price changes as well. We're kind of doing a screen share thing now. So love to hear the feedback on that. It sounds like so far people are liking that. And hopefully I'm following all the rules and not going to get myself in trouble. So price changes 27. The last report I reported 22. So the week prior was 22 price changes. And for new and active coming soon properties, we have 28 that came on market last week, and one of those is coming soon. So most of those properties are active and they're new on the market, and we can go check them out, tour them anytime you have. And if you are interested in either hearing more or you want more information, contact information, or anything like that, take a look down below. You can find that in the comment section or the description. I've got all my contact information there, and I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so pending and under contract, we have 20. So in the past 7 days, 20 went under contract. A little bit lower than what I reported in the prior update, but kind of similar. Last week I reported 24. And for those closed properties in the past 7 days, we've gone back down, as I stated before. Last Monday Market Snapshot, I reported 29 closings. So the week before last, we had 29 closings, and that was a nice surge of closings in the area. And what we're seeing from the past week, there were only 14, so we've come back down to just 14. And out of those 14 closed, there were, so we look at the median days on market. They were on for 14 days, which is only 2 weeks, right? So the median right there in the middle of those 14 was only 14 days. And the actual average was 29, if you're curious about that. And then the median close price of those 14 was $865. So in the past month, we've been dipping into the eights for our median price each week. Last week, I reported $940,000 for that median close price. It was the lower end of nines. And again, this is all the coastal properties of SLO County. And so 865 is where we are at for those 14. And, if you've been looking to buy before the end of the year, now's a good time to check that out. The inventory is not really growing that much, but you can see the closings kind of slowed back down, and there are some price changes to look at. So definitely a good time to even revisit that inventory that's been sitting. So that's $865 for our median close price. And let's talk about SLO County for just a minute. Active number in SLO County right now is 735. So September 8th, we have 735 active properties that you can take a look at throughout the entire county. And that's the exact same number that I reported on last Monday. So that's kind of just flat. Price changes in the last 7 days for the entire county was 76, and that number has come up. The last I reported was 63. So we do have those price adjustments, and majority of those are price decreases. So if you've been on the fence about a property, it seems too high, go back and take a look and see. And, if you have any questions or you're just kind of pondering some stuff and you want to chat with somebody about it, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to talk on text, phone, email. We could do a video call, or we could meet in person. All that information is below if you need to reach out. Okay, so finally, the other number that I've been tracking now is the canceled, expired, withdrawn, and hold. In the past 7 days, we've had 21 of those, and only 4 of those are canceled. So the prior weeks, there's been 10. And so 4 of those were canceled. Majority of that 21 looked like they were just expired. So maybe some of our newer, they expire and maybe they relist it. So maybe some of our newer listings that we're going to take a look at next are some that just were relisted. So we'll see what that's all about there. And that is, okay, so that's your Monday market snapshot. And I'm going to give you a little bit extra here. Now we're going to look at these 28 new, was it 28? Yeah, 28 new. And of those 28, we have 4 in Pismo, 2 in Oceano, 4 in Los Osos, 3 in Grover Beach, 5 in Cambria, 1 in Avila, and 9 in Arroyo Grande. So a couple of things to note there. Did you notice that we did have 1 in Avila? So for my Avila fan, we've got 1 there. And then the other thing is there were none in Morro Bay last week. So I even looked at what's pending, and there are a couple that are pending in Morro Bay, but they were, one was on the market for 143 days, the other was on for 8 days. So last week, no new listings in Morro Bay. So that's interesting. We'll see what happens next week. And if you're subscribed, you'll definitely get that update. Now, if we take a look at the price range on those properties, the lowest price property is a condo in Oceano, and that one is listed for $350,000. The next lowest I saw was a single family in Grover Beach, and that one is listed for $599,000. So you can see those are our lower end ones. And for our highest price property, this one is in Arroyo Grande. It's just under 3.7 million. And then the next highest was just under 3 million, again in Arroyo Grande. So Arroyo Grande, a lot of those properties can be pretty expansive, large land. I think that 3.7 is almost 2 acres, something like that, over 1.5 acres, and it's a 5-bedroom house. So that's our range. So you really do have something for everybody, 350,000 to 3.7 just in this past week. And now we are going to take a look at those new listings, and also we're going to just quickly go over the price changes as well. So first, we're going to take a look at the price decreases. Most of these are price decreases, I should say, price changes. We have 27, although one of these appears to be pending. So we basically have 26 from the last week. Well, I guess technically we have 27 from the last week, and one of those is now pending. So I just wanted to kind of give you a glimpse of what we're looking at. You can see that there were 3 homes that were reduced here in Cambria. So there's one for 805 now. That one was reduced. And I'm going to also include this link in my description so you can click on it and view it yourself. So then you can get like the details of each and every one. So we have $1 million home here, 1,045,000 that was reduced, and then this 1.8 here that was reduced right next to the ocean there. And then there was about 3 as well in Cayucos, that's 799, which is a number you don't typically see in Cayucos a whole lot. That is a condo over there, real great location. You can walk straight down to the pier and downtown and the beach, of course. So that one is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath under 1,000 square feet, now $799. And then I do believe that one even has parking for you. So that's a real private garage. Yep. So that's a real bonus there when we're looking at condos near the beach. So another one there, 4 million, and then of course 3.2 in Cayucos. And then in Morro Bay, we had, looks like 3 price reductions here. And in Los Osos, there were 4. So you can see majority of these are under $1 million. This one here is just over $1 million. And this one actually is fairly new to the market. And it has a great size lot over there by Cuesta Inlet. And in that neighborhood, I did talk about it in a couple of my last videos. So, you know, you've got some stuff to pick from here that they obviously put it on the market and decided they wanted to drop it a little bit. And so you still have opportunity there. And if we just pop down here, you can see this is when we're getting into the southern area here. Here's Avila, you have Pismo, Oceano, Grover Beach, and then Arroyo Grande. And so that's just to kind of give you a glimpse of those 27 that were reduced in price in the past week from today, which is September 8th. Okay, so let's take a look at those new listings now. On the new listing front, we're going to start in Cambria here, and you can see that we had, let me just zoom around. So you can see that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 homes that were listed last week, and a majority of those are under $1 million. Actually, I'll say 3 of these are under $1 million, and then a couple of them are over $1 million. So let's start with this one over here. We've got one for just under $1 million, and you've got that 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and I think this was a coming soon in our last update, so you probably, this one probably looks familiar to you. And then we have one for $615. I believe that one was a coming soon. Actually, I think it was open, and I didn't go see it. So if you want to tour this home, $615,000, 1-bedroom, 1-bath, under 1,000 square feet. And if we take a look at the details on this, it does mention that it has a west-facing deck for watching the sunset. So if you want to take a look at this house, I would love to show it to you. Of course, if you're not already working with an agent. And I do want to also say right up front here, these are not my listings. These are listings provided by CRMLS, and they are offered by other agents and other brokerages. I'm just giving you an idea of what's new out there, price ranges and that kind of thing, so you can see that market data. All right, then there's another one around the corner. This one we've talked about. This was open as well last week, $739,000. And what you get with this one is you get a 640 square foot home, but you have nearly a 1/4 acre of property surrounded by vacant lots and an easy walk to Fiscalini. And so that one there, $739,000, and that's a newer listing now on CRMLS. And then we have one for 1.6. So this guy, this looks like an interesting one. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one up close. And as far as I can see here, this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, over 2,300 square feet. It's got some fun circle windows here, and look at all the decks to look out here to the ocean view. So you've got a custom-built redwood home. You've got sweeping ocean views. And on a, it's a 2,300 square foot home, and it's on a lot size over 5,000 square feet. So you've got multiple levels, and you've got over 5,000 square feet. That one's listed for 1.6. And then if we go back over here to that other one, and we're getting closer to the ocean, you're going to have those ocean views again from your 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So this one's 1.8. And you can see its location from the cliffs there. So you're going to be listening to the ocean waves. This is the Marine Terrace neighborhood, and it's got panoramic ocean views. It's got renovations, and you're perched above Otter Cove. So that one there for 1.8 in Cambria. Let's back out of Cambria now. That's that for that one. And let's see what we have in Cayucos. So in Cayucos, we didn't have any in Cayucos either. Look at that. Morro and Cayucos, no new listings. I didn't even notice that when I was reporting it earlier. But in Los Osos, we have 4 properties here. So we've got one over here. Let's take a look at this one. And I do want to mention Los Osos. So I did work on my Los Osos map tour video. I've got the editing all finished, so I should be uploading that this week. And so if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll get the update, you know, if you have the notifications clicked. So let's take a look at this one in Los Osos first here. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Really great location if you're looking to be next to Baywood and all the great things there in Baywood. You know, you can walk to the farmers market. You can walk to the restaurants, to the bay, of course. You're right there. There's a lot of coastal access spots in that location as well. And what we have here is a single family, and it says it's rehabbed. And you've got 3 bedrooms, 2 full bath, over 1,400 square feet. And this one's under $1 million at $949,900. And you even have a garage. So that's going to be a really cool one to check out. Hopefully I get to see that this week. And if I do, you'll definitely be getting those updates. And I keep forgetting which one I'm on here. Okay, here we go. So let's back up to the other ones here. We got one for $750,000. So we have a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, over 1,300 square feet here in Los Osos. And if you see the location here, it's pretty close to Los Osos Valley Road. That's one of the main roads here, right there in the middle. And then, you can get to the bay going in this direction up that way. So let's take a look at this one. This is for $750,000, and it's a single level home. You got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, over 1,300 square feet. And it sounds like, okay, yeah, and it obviously has a 2-car garage as well. So that one's $750,000 in Los Osos. Nice. Now, if we go back up over here, we're getting into this Bayview Heights area. And I'm going to open these up in a separate tab. And then we'll just shoot right over there. But what we have is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, over 2,500 square feet, 2,563. And you've got a coastal inspired villa in Bay Ridge Estates. So 3 bedroom, 2 full bath. And that one's listed for $1,475,000. And, this looks real nice there. Peaceful coastal inspired villa nestled in the highly sought after Bay Ridge Estates. So that one's just under 1.5. And then the other one in that same sort of location, this is our coming soon. And so we can check this out on the 12th of September, which is not that far away. Already we're on the 8th of September. And we've got the Spanish colonial revival style custom home built in 1979. And this one is listed just under 1.3, and that'll be coming soon. So we can take a look at that as soon as you're ready. Reach out, if you want to see it on the 12th, you can reach out now or tomorrow, and we can kind of get our conversation going, and then we can get our tour scheduled. All right, so that was Los Osos. We had none in Cayucos, none in Morro Bay. Can't believe it. All right, so that is interesting. Now, Avila. Gotta look at this Avila one. So let's open this guy up. We've got a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, single family. And this one is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, one of them full, 1 3/4. And it's just over $1,850 for square feet. And it's in the gated community of San Luis Bay Estates in Avila Beach. So you got a quiet cul-de-sac, and you're in this Heron Crest development. So you've got easy access to the bay, the beach, Bob Jones Trail, a whole bunch of fun stuff there. $1,725,000. And this one definitely looks move-in ready. It's got some real nice views out the windows there as well. So that's our Avila Beach property. And then you can see we have, if we take a look here into Pismo, we had, how many do we have in Pismo? 4 in Pismo. So you've got this one listed for 1.9. This is a condo, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. And you can see that it has some nice ocean views there. And then here in Pismo Heights, you have one for 2.2. That one's a 4 bedroom, 4 bath. And then taking a look at Oceano and Grover Beach. This is our lowest price property of today. We're going to open that one up, and I believe this one was the second lowest price property. So let's take a look at those. $350. This one's a condo, 1 bedroom, 1 full bath. You got 562 square feet. Oh, nice, move-in ready. You got a little fireplace there, it looks like, and ready to go. This is a beachside condo with rental income opportunity. And it's upstairs, now available, and that one's $350. So there's going to be some other guidelines and things like that for this one here, and all that information there in the description. And then for the other one, so this is a single family, it looks like, and we've got a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. This is a 55 plus community, no HOA, and it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 827 square feet, under 600,000. So if you've been searching for that 55 plus community, this might be one to check out. You've got one garage space, and that's in Grover Beach. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at just a few other locations here just to get a gist. And I am going to include this link. So when you check out the description, if you go look at the links, I'll put them right up at the top. Then you can kind of go through the map yourself and look and see. But this is just to give you a high level version of what's going on out here in the southern part of San Luis Obispo County, so those coastal areas. That's going to do it for our Monday Market Snapshot here on September 8th, 2025. We have gone over 28 new listings in the past week, and if any of those sound interesting to you, you want to dive in deeper, don't forget I do have the links below in the description, and if you don't want to look at those and you just want to chat about those, feel free to reach out. If you're not already working with an agent, I'd love to help you out. We can do text, chat, email, all the stuff is down there in the comments and the description. So I'm waiting to hear from you. And again, please subscribe so you do get these weekly updates along with other videos that I'm uploading like the Los Osos video that I'm just going to upload this week. So I hope this was valuable, and please let me know in the comments below. Do you want me to dive in deeper? Do you want me to do something different? What did you like? What did you dislike? And we can evolve together. All right, so I hope to see you on the next one.